Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive, with myself, Erin Chandler. Today I have, goodness, you guys, there are so many different channels coming through for a lot of people on a lot of different paths. So bear with me as I get these videos out. Today I have a super intense message. I literally feel all the emotions that went along with this message prior to sitting down to record this because it was so intense. So I may cry during this, and I'm okay with that. Hopefully you're okay with that, because there are some serious messages here, but they are for, I want to say, the purpose of healing, light, love, and moving you into I'm hearing the next phase. So this message, I am just going to roll with spirit. Spirit, take the wheel, take it from my hands. That's a song for somebody on here. So I'm just going to let spirit roll with this one, and I'm just going to listen and be a through channel without any judgments and without inhibition, I want to also say to you. So this message is specifically, this is specifically for the generational curse breakers. Those of you who know that you are here to those of you who are here to break generational curses. The journey has taken longer than expected. It has been darker than anticipated. It has been lonely. It has been difficult. It is important that you understand that not everyone senses the ancestral lines that you are breaking at this time. This is part of the reason that you have felt so lonely, so deeply entrained and condensed into that dark energy. Open to the ocean. Prima materia open to the infinite waters. Those of you who came and know that you are of this essence of the generational curse breakers, you are settled into those places and have been in the darkness too long. There are those who come to attend you to break open your chrysalis for they're showing me you hiding in the dark, in the corner, huddled into your knees, settled with depression, with guilt. Some of you who are here on this channel, the curses, hexes, and spells that you have broken have been spoken of old. Words and wisdom through biblical times, before Christ, through multiple generations stemming back. At this time, the solar eclipse was the personal empowerment ignited and activated. The lunar eclipse was the deep shadows coming up and out of you. This is so much harder than you thought, dear one, is what I'm hearing. A response to some of you. The deep wells of emotion, looking up from that darkness of the well and seeing the sky above, but not recognizing how long it would take you to get there, how many times you would fall back down to the bottom when a rope was hung down and then yanked up. I'm hearing someone laughed and yanked up the rope, not in the kosha, not helping you. The tremendous amount of darkness that has existed on this earth plane for thousands of years. As you do this work, you may ask, why me? Dear one, you have forgotten how powerful you are. You have forgotten that you are one of the few, one of the rare who can hold the energy for that, who can break it. You are only there because you can break it. That is the only reason why. And those that appear that the joke is on you know that the real and divine joke is truly on those souls. For only then will God shine its light to show them. Fear not, be fearless, hold your awareness, Hold steadfast in your faith, for that is part of your intrinsic power. Do you think that you would be set in those places, that you would agree to volunteer to sign up for those things if you could not already do it? That is your truth. Truth be told. Ava has a message for this. Generational curse breakers are of the most powerful generations on the land, in the earth plane, in consciousness at this time. Their ripple effect runs deep through the narrows of the roots of Mother Earth and Gaia. The whales whisper in your ears, singing their songs. You remember when you cross paths with people, you remember the essence of thousands of lives. You remember the pain and the hurt. You remember the trauma and the silencing. Dear heart, you remember these things, not to remind you of the sorrow, but to allow you to purge it and transcend it. Those you have encountered do not understand this all the time. They cannot place or pinpoint what their connection is to you. But those of you that see scenes, it is like sitting in front of a person knowing that they hid one of the scrolls. It is a deep and divine gift to remember these things, for that is what you are healing. Remove the fear. As you purge these last and deep final emotions, knowings, past lives become very important as more and more people come online, remembering, remember me, da, 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 da. Remember me, yeah, da, 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 da. There is a song that will play in the coming weeks and hours that will help you to remember a sudden knowing. Ava says, you are all going to remember. The shields of consciousness have been lifted. It is simply an allowing. We are opening your doors. So let the sun shine in, because now is the time to allow the sun to shine in. As you heal those ripple effects for multiple generations, I'm literally seeing your ancestors on their knees, celebrating in gratitude that you chose to come here and do this. Know that it is, I'm hearing it's not in vain. It's not in vain. Somebody feels like, why have I signed up for this? It is too much. It's been too long. Where is the reprieve? It is coming, dear heart. The reprieve begins with you as you acknowledge and accept. Repeat after me. I am the curse breaker of generations of old across the time-space continuum, no longer able to hold me, to silence me, or my ancestors, freed from the chains of bondage, freed from indentured service across the time-space continuum, embracing and covering and flowing through the freedom of the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious. I am that I am. I span lifetimes of consciousness, parallel universes, energy of fluidity, here, now, then, and for the future. It is written and it is done. So be it, so be it, so be it. Dear hearts, Ava, she wishes to tell you this. We have come to the time now, as we break generational curses, we are now stepping into rewriting on the time-space continuum. We begin now to write new scrolls. The rest is unwritten. It is up to you to now rewrite what comes next, how those generations are freed and open and expanded. Remember, as you speak your words and think your thoughts, they are written in the energy. Once you have broken the generational curses, and you have done so, It is time to begin writing in the energy, in the quantum fields, what comes next, to step into the creator mode, no longer held down by the chains. Yes, you are a generational curse breaker, but you are also a generational rewriter, creating Eloku'una rules and natural law that allow the freedom of the ancestors to rise up from their dwellings. I'm hearing saving souls. So too, my daughter wishes to acknowledge a beautiful African queen. She has bowed down to you and walks with you. Know that you are surrounded by your ancestors. Rise up, dear heart, for you begin now to rewrite a history of the future. So what in the present moment you write in the energy is the future of our future generations. This is the next level you have stepped into. Release the chains of old. Let us break the chrysalis that solidified over too much time, being mummified, for you were too long in those curse breaking. The dark energies removed, those that are aware of your power. In the Quran, begin to write in the energy, write what it is that embodies freedom, write the freedom of choice, write the freedom of the I am presence, write as a creator writes, to embody natural law. El Quran and the Kishtaura. I am seeing the mountain standing up, Eshkwana, moving her hand through the water, dipping and playing. Listen closely, pay attention, for the whales are speaking to you a song of old, of ancient wisdom, for they hold all wisdom since the beginning and the dawn of time. Dream with them, lay your hand upon them, see them, and remember the wisdom of old, the time when the sacred feminine was leading. Remember, dear heart, for so too does the masculine and feminine. The time has come of the golden era where they lead together. This is why you chose and signed up to be a generational curse breaker, so that you could step into leading together, says Ava. That is a very clear message for a beautiful African queen. I'm hearing, hey queen. Ava says it's important for some of you to recognize you have been all things in many lives. You have been all races and all cultures. You hold wisdom and teachings from each life that you are pulling forwards in order to write that new generation in the present moment. You are not just of this life. You will be remembering your teachings and your lives, both as white witches and the Quran, as mystics, as God's disciples, as African queens, as Buddhist monks. There are too many here for me to list. It's like I'm seeing know that all masks are being and coming off. Write, dear heart, write the future, free your mind, remember who you are. You are not just a generational curse breaker. Now is the time when you come to set the new generations free of curses, spells, hexes, and binds, freed of the devil energy that has held you down for centuries of old, illuminating that as what it was, the illusion that has taken hold of the ancestors. Write with your purest heart and your clearest mind. Write from the divinity that is you and your I am presence. Remember, indeed, you are a generational curse breaker. That is the third dimension and your role and purpose. What is now your role and purpose is in the fifth dimension, to create new laws, new freedoms, rewriting in the fifth dimension for the generations and the future to come. This is how powerful you are. Do not forget this piece. Let the mountain and the barriers break down, flow like the river and the ocean into the future, into writing, into the creativity, into the freedom. You have worked hard for this. Purge the last bits, scrape it from the depths and the bowels of who you are. Allow yourself to be immersed in the oceans and rivers, to remember, to now begin the generational freedom writing. You came here for both. It is time to be embodied in your pure divine essence. Remember, it is not all curse breaking. It is now rewriting. Now that that process is complete. The Planetary Commission wishes to acknowledge they're giving me a giant red light. This message spans many, many people for many different reasons. Do not allow an illusion or one piece of the message to make you pretend that it is not for you. Do not pretend that you can only hold space for darkness, but also acknowledge that you hold space for tremendous light, for that is too the yin and the yang, the infiniteness of your being with the divine spirit as you walk through both worlds.